The day I was caught stealing food from the school cafeteria, I truly believed my life was over. My hands were trembling. My heart was pounding so violently I was sure everyone could hear it. The sandwich hidden beneath my jacket suddenly felt like it weighed 1,000 pounds. I kept my eyes lowered, praying silently that no one would notice me, but then I heard a voice behind me. Emma. My blood ran cold. Slowly, I turned around and saw Mrs. Catherine Bennett, my English teacher. Of all the people who could have caught me, it had to be her. She was known as one of the strictest teachers in the school. Students respected her because she never tolerated excuses. If someone broke the rules, she held them accountable without hesitation. In that moment, I was certain my future had ended. I expected suspension, expulsion, maybe even police involvement. But instead of calling security, she looked at me and asked softly, "Tell me what's really going on." Those words nearly broke something inside me. Nobody at school knew the truth about my life. I was the good student, the quiet girl who always turned in assignments on time and earned decent grades. Teachers praised me, classmates admired me, but none of them knew what I went through after school ended. 3 years earlier, my father had died suddenly from a heart attack. One day he was helping me with homework, laughing in the kitchen, and the next day he was gone. Just like that. Our world collapsed overnight. My mother tried to hold everything together, working 2 jobs while raising me and my younger brother, Noah, but life did not ease up on us. Bills piled up, rent increased, and food became something we could barely afford. Soon, my mother's health also began to fail. It started with headaches and exhaustion, but quickly turned into something worse. She could no longer work full-time, and from that moment, everything in our home became a struggle for survival. There were nights when Noah and I pretended we weren't hungry because we knew our mother hadn't eaten either. She would place food on our plates and claim she was full, but I could see the truth in her eyes. A mother will always starve before letting her children go hungry, and mine almost did. So I got a part-time job after school, stocking shelves at a local grocery store. Every rupee I earned went toward rent, electricity, and food, but it was never enough. No matter how hard I worked, we kept sinking deeper into poverty. One day, I opened our refrigerator and found almost nothing inside, just milk, a few eggs, and half a loaf of bread. That was all. Noah looked at me and asked quietly, "Emma, are we poor?" I didn't know how to answer him, because the truth was painful. We weren't just struggling. We were drowning. The next day at school, I sat through classes with an empty stomach. I hadn't eaten properly since the day before, and by lunchtime, my vision started to blur slightly from hunger. While other students laughed and ate freely, all I could think about was food. Then I saw it. An untouched sandwich left near the cafeteria counter. For a long moment, I just stared at it, fighting myself. I knew stealing was wrong. I knew the consequences, but hunger doesn't leave much room for logic. Slowly, I took it and hid it beneath my jacket. And that was when Mrs. Bennett caught me. I expected anger. I expected humiliation. I expected punishment. But instead, she quietly led me into her classroom and closed the door behind us. The silence felt heavy. She placed the sandwich on her desk and looked at me with something I didn't understand at first. "Emma," she said gently, "this isn't about food." I looked away immediately. "It is." "No," she replied calmly. "This is about something much bigger." That was it. The wall inside me broke. Everything I had been holding in for months came crashing out. I told her everything: my father's death, my mother's illness, the unpaid bills, the empty fridge, the nights I lay awake worrying if we would survive another day. When I finished, the room was silent. But instead of judgment, she simply handed me tissues and said something I would never forget. "You are not facing this alone anymore." The very next morning, she proved it. Without making a scene, she contacted the school counselor and arranged support for my family. They helped us get access to meal assistance programs, emergency financial aid, and a local food bank. For the first time in months, our kitchen had real groceries again. But Mrs. Bennett didn't stop there. She stayed after school every day to tutor me, not because I was failing, but because she believed I was capable of something more. She saw potential in me that I couldn't see in myself. "You're going to college someday," she told me one afternoon. I almost laughed. College felt like a dream for people who didn't worry about rent or food. Not for someone like me. But she never doubted it, even when I doubted myself completely. If you liked this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more emotional and inspiring stories like this. Because sometimes, the person you least expect becomes the reason your whole life changes. And just like Emma, There are many people out there who only need one person to believe in them, to turn their life around. Tell me in the comments, have you ever met a teacher or person who changed your life like this? And remember, no matter how dark your situation feels right now, your story is not over yet.